Is a killer still on the loose?
You remember a little more than a decade ago when investigators found 11 bodies on the coast of Long Island?
It is one of the biggest unsolved murder mysteries that anyone can remember.
Joining us now to talk about a new series on Discovery Plus called Unraveled, the Long Island Serial Killer, our co-hosts Alexis, Linkletter, and Billy Jensen. Guys, thank you so much for being with us, and congratulations. And I want to applaud you for kind of unearthing this entire story and bringing it to the forefront again. What a remarkable job you guys have been doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Oh, all right. So I just want to start. I know this is like a little ancillary. James Bissett, he's got enough burlap to run around the earth, and he kills himself. Is he completely out of the mix here for the possibility of who killed these women?
I'm going to say no, because as we've sort of learned is that James Bissett was a pretty politically connected guy. We don't go too deep down the Bissett rabbit hole in our series, but I mean, he's got friends in high places, so it wouldn't exclude him from the connections we've uncovered.
Okay.
So it's 11 years, 11 bodies found along the coast of Long Island. Why has this been so difficult for law enforcement to solve?
The major reason that we uncovered is that 1 year into the investigation, a new police chief was named, a guy named James Burke. One of the first things he did was he fires his chief of detectives, hires a whole new regime, and he doesn't download the chief of detectives on where he's at in the investigation. He stops talking to the press, he stops talking to the public about the investigation, and then most importantly, he kicks out the FBI, the most sophisticated crime-solving unit in the history of the world. And why is he doing all those things? What we learned is that he's doing those things because he doesn't want anybody learning about the things that he does personally. And they're not things that have to do with money, they're things that have to do with power and with sex.
Alexis, you have this uncanny link to Christopher Loeb, who kind of, I think he was the one who kind of blew this whole case open and led to the demise of Burke and Tom Spada. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so, sorry, there was a little bit of a glitch. Yeah, so my connection with Christopher Loeb starts back in middle school. We met and became friends, and that friendship carried on through high school. And we lost touch after graduation, but I started hearing his name in relationship to his rights being violated by James Burke. And I really set out to tell that story. It was about police corruption and in this one case. And then when I started pulling on that thread that was James Burke, I realized his connection to the Long Island serial killer case. And really that's how we ended up here.
So as we continue to watch, I don't want to blow anything for viewers, but I know that both of you have quite a history in solving crimes. Do you have a theory of who the killer is? And is the killer definitely still out there?
Well, obviously, the killer definitely is still out there because nobody is in cuffs right now. Killer or killers, because there are, as you said, 11 bodies found along Ocean Parkway. We do think that one killer is responsible for many of them, but possibly not all of them. And as far as theories go, what we were set out to do was learn and uncover why this hasn't been solved. And then that's going to lead us to not only, answering questions that the victims' families have of why do we still not have answers, but hopefully it'll push the ball forward in terms of, okay, now who did this?
Now, the Suffolk County Police, this whole case is just a nightmare for them. Do you think that they're going to come forth with any more evidence and release some of the things that they have discovered over the past 10, 11 years?
What they've expressed to us is that they go case by case and they look at individual pieces of evidence and decide the best course of action. I hope they feel the pressure. That's certainly the point of the project, to hold them accountable for the trust they lost, from the public. I mean, they have a lot of trust to earn back after the James Burke debacle. So I hope that it pressures them to release more evidence. That was certainly our intention.
Okay.
as people watch it, that would be sort of the goal too. Is maybe there's someone out there that really, other than the killer, that really knows what happened. Are you hoping that perhaps some new evidence or someone will speak?
Absolutely. That's the best case scenario, is that somebody will hear the podcast, somebody will watch the special on Discovery Plus and say, wait a minute, you know what? I think I recognize something, I know something. And then, it's been 10 years. Now's the time to come forward.
Well, Comac boy in the house, born and raised in Long Island, and I know you guys are too. So we just want to thank you so much for being on Better Connecticut, and we hope to see you again at a future date.
Thank you so much for having us.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, take care.
You can catch the series as of today. It's on the streaming service Discovery Plus.